What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. This is Big Money Mindset. Pleased to bring you another video here today. And in today's video, we're going to be going over some huge NIO updates as far as the massive share dilution that is going to be occurring next week. We're going to be taking a look into how the dilution affects NIO currently as well as in the future. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone that subscribed to the channel so far. Your feedback is beyond appreciated, and I couldn't do it without you. The growth this channel is experiencing is just amazing, and I want to say thank you once again. And most importantly, only if you feel this video gives you a better insight on the share dilution with NIO, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be keeping you up to date on all the current growth stocks and spec plays in the future. There's going to be a lot of great updates and you don't want to miss out. Let's get into the video. We know that NIO has been moving drastically these past couple of weeks. They did get some massive buy ratings from banks like JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, as well as Citigroup. So this has caused a catalyst to increase the stock drastically these past couple of weeks. But we did see a 10% sell-off followed by a 3% gain early Friday evening. And we have came to conclusion with multiple articles that is because we came to an understanding with all the articles coming out that this is because a 75 million share dilution will be entering the market next week as we speak. The 75 million new shares is set to raise around $1.5 billion. The company's shares were down on Friday morning because of auto investors' concerns about dilution. Those concerns are legitimate, but after a deeper dive into NIO's regulatory filings, I see what a company has in mind. As I explained in the article earlier today, it looks like a good thing for shareholders with a long-term mindset. So this is a Motley Fool analyst, and he's saying that this is going to benefit long-term shareholders, but you have to understand this is going to cause disruption, and this is going to affect short-term shareholders that are wanting to bail out immediately, causing a decrease in share price. This happens all the time in the market. People are impatient. They don't understand there's going to be minor setbacks for a major comeback. This happens all the time in trading. You have to understand there's going to be ones that cannot hold their ground, and we're seeing that early Friday with a 10% decrease. So we need to understand, where is that 1.5 billion in proceeds going with those 75 million in shares that are going to be listed next week? A press release announcing the offering, NIO said, the company plans to use the net proceeds from ads offering mainly to increase the share capital of and in company's ownership in NIO China, to repurchase equity interests held by the certain minority shareholders of NIO China, and for research and development in autonomous driving technologies, global market development, and general corporate purposes. So you have to take into consideration NIO was already offered over $1 billion just a few months ago for financial stability, but they did take a hit on that $1 billion. They had to hand over quite a bit of equity that they are trying to gain back at this time. China's Anhui Province, an emerging industry investment co, had agreed to invest nearly $1 billion in exchange for NIO's agreement to move its operation to Anhui's capital, Hefei, and to nurture a small vehicle business ecosystem there. That was great news for the company, obviously, and the stock has done very well since then. But there was a catch. Simply put, NIO had to give up stake in its China business, about 24% in return for the cash. Guys, that is ridiculous amount to acquire that $1 billion at the time, and they were having issues, right before those quarter earnings came out with the massive sales that threw the stock price even higher when we were getting those bankers giving the go-ahead for a buy rating. But you have to understand, there was some good terms in NIO's side that we are going to take a look at right now. Under the agreements it signed with those government investors, NIO has the right to buy some of that 24% back under certain circumstances. It's now taking advantage of its stock's huge run-up, about 380% since the beginning of June, to raise cash in order to buy back about half of the stake it gave up a few months ago. So this is wonderful, okay? They're trying to get around 12% of equity back for that financing. This $75 million in share dilution is going to help get back some equity into the company. And remember, since I've been preaching NIO around that $12, $13 range in a couple of videos, I have said this is a long-term investment. I have forgot many times that I even own this stock. That's how long I plan on holding it. I never check it. The only time I check it is when there's some crazy news popping up. I'm looking to make a video. I'm not touching these shares, okay? I own about 200 shares, and I believe that these bad boys are going to be worth a lot down the road. Every couple of weeks, you can see NIO is just picking up that steam, okay? More banks are putting in the buy rating. Sales are going up. Earnings are looking better. They get government approval for financing. The government's backing them in China. China's going eco-friendly. There's just a lot of things to take into consideration besides the product. They have a lot going behind them that is looking to be in their favor. The share dilutions are just going to help the company grow drastically over time. There's going to be more shares in circulation, more people are going to be buying in, more investors, more money to allow them to go further on down the road, increasing the company into European markets. There's just so many different factors. I believe the sell-off is a lot of fear. People are always concerned. They don't know which direction the stock is heading. 10% sell-off, that's nothing. Seen it increase 3%, so it was an average about 7% that day. I feel like the stock's going to recover in the next couple of weeks or months. And look, I know I'm not supposed to put Tesla in the category of NIO because NIO is a much, much smaller company with way less revenue. I understand that, but listen to this. China now accounts for roughly 1/4 of Tesla's revenue. But its good times there may last for only so long. As NIO continues to make inroads into the Chinese market, if deliveries in 2020 are anything to go by, NIO is headed for a strong year in 2021 despite the pandemic. This is what we've been waiting for, okay? If they land one more great earnings, 2021 could be the rocket we've been waiting for NIO. A rocket ship waiting to take off and go into those price ranges we've been waiting for. That $40, $50, $60 range, getting ready for triple digits. This could potentially happen if we land multiple nice quarters with sales. They're growing rapidly, okay? They got money. They got government to back them up. It's looking good. The dilution does not scare me at all. I'm looking forward to it. Just understand that. So we need to take a look. What is the outlook on this entire dilution, okay? So what is the outlook on NIO right now, even with this dilution? What are we looking at as the outcome for the end of the year in 2021, okay? Check this out. The Chinese government, the world's largest importer of crude oil, also wants to focus on the environment and move to cleaner energy sources. China has already announced it will continue providing subsidies for new energy vehicles since it wants these automobiles to account for 1/5 of its auto sales by 2025. The extension of the subsidies is favorable for NIO. The Chinese government is wanting to go green. The population is so high over there, they have to go green. If they want to look for a long-term longevity in the country. I've been preaching this for the past month. This is what I'm looking for. The 1 or 2 more earnings, this stock is going to break out. If the sales go through the roof and they begin to take over Europe, the game is over. NIO is going to be headed to be a big-time player in the EV market. That is for sure. They got money to back it up. The products are amazing. The company's been around for about 6 years, and it's time for them to start growing rapidly. And that's the way it looks like it's headed in 2021 from what I'm seeing. So if you are currently invested in NIO, don't be alarmed. There's going to be a lot of minor setbacks that are going to be coming forth. You got to understand that. You can't let a couple articles discourage you as being a long-term investor with certain companies, okay? There's always going to be companies to swing trade and hold for the short term. But this is a company you have to let it ride, okay? People that let Tesla ride for 10 years, they reap the benefits substantially. We could see a breakout with NIO in the near future. Don't be alarmed by the dilution. This is going to be a long-term hold for me, and I hope you guys make the best decisions. Just understand that NIO has great innovation for the future. And if you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. And be sure to leave me a comment. I want to hear you guys' opinion on the 75 million share dilution. I believe it's a minor setback, and I think long-term shareholders will reap the benefits gratefully. And most importantly, only if you feel this video gave you a better analysis on the share dilution with NIO, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be keeping you up to date on all the current growth stocks and spec plates this upcoming week. There's going to be a lot of great information you don't want to miss out. This is Big Money Mindset. I'm Kyle. You have a great day.